Okay, and we're back. We're back. Okay, just making sure. Okay, we're going back to the webcam microphone. I apologize. It's not the best audio here, but I've now figured out what the battery life is on this thing, so that'll be something to work on here. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. All right. Okay, we'll do a few more questions here. We won't do this too much longer, but we'll do a few more here and keep this going. So we'll stick with the wild card category we had. What's it? 4:30 right now Pacific. So right on. Okay, all good audio. Fantastic. Okay. All righty. So next question: what branch of the military did Bill France Jr. serve in? Oh, there's a new one. What branch of the military did Bill France Jr. serve in? All righty. Get a bit more from this one here. What branch of the military did Bill France Jr. serve in? And again, if you guys have any other questions from stuff that wasn't covered in the other stream, feel free to ask, and I'd be happy to cover it here. Again, for those of you who are just jumping into this one that weren't in the other stream here, I'm going to be doing some other live streams over the off season, not to any regular schedule. We'll just do some trivia nights, as things kind of go along, maybe just for some fun. And we'll probably do some other news stories and stuff that are coming up over the off season here. So we'll certainly do that as well. What branch of the military did Bill France Jr. serve in? All right, we got a guess for pretty much everything. Coast Guard, Navy, Air Force. Anybody guess Marines yet? Army? Okay. Space Force. There we go. Hey, well, that'll be something. All right. The answer is the Navy. The Navy. There you go. All righty. Okay. Next question. What year featured Richard Petty's Farewell Fan Appreciation Tour? Well, there we go. What year featured Richard Petty's Farewell Fan Appreciation Tour? Absolutely, Coast Guard's nothing to sneeze at. Completely agree. They go, I mean, especially with things about people importing things they shouldn't and stuff and all that. I mean, the international waters and stuff like that is some dangerous stuff, So I wouldn't put anything past that. Anybody who serves with honor deserves the absolute respect. So, yeah. What year featured Richard Petty's Farewell Fan Appreciation Tour? And the answer is 1992, of course. The old Quickie jacket. This thing's like a 3X too, so it's very roomy in this. I found this on the closeout on eBay, or not eBay, Amazon, and very glad to pick it up here. Wore it at Fontana the first time I went out there. I wasn't in the media side of it. Obviously, that wouldn't pass muster there, but I was as a fan there the first time we went out in 2018, I want to say. And it was pretty cool out, so it was perfect for that kind of weather. Yeah. I don't know if it's still on Amazon now. I haven't looked up the listing, but check it out there because that would be one to certainly look up. All righty, next question. See if we get some harder ones here. What year in the 70s did Richard Petty go winless? What year in the 70s? Year, singular. What year in the 70s did Richard Petty go winless? All righty. Looking for a year in the 70s. Alrighty. Looks like a lot of you got that there. What year in the 70s did Richard Petty go winless? The answer is 1978. 78. 74, 72, 79. Yeah, see, a lot of you got that. Actually, a lot of you got 78. Beast of Metal, Joey Fairbanks. That was the big story. That's one aspect of Petty winning the 79 500 that doesn't get talked about much. Is that STP had actually scaled back their sponsorship because he was winless in 78. And so you had this whole circumstance where he wins a race with the car where I don't think he even had a logo on the hood of it. It had associate sponsorship from STP, but that was about it. I'm wondering if that's the situation we're going to see Eric Jones with next year, since a lot of those sponsors from the 43 were tied up with Bubba Wallace, and now he's going to Michael Jordan team. I don't blame them. You get any driver that's going to bring a whole lot of sponsorship on there. That's what you need to get things started. But it's unfortunate for the 43 because, like, I mean, yeah, are they going to, we'll see what they can scrounge together. I don't know how committed Worldwide Technology is to staying with them, since it seemed like it was more on Bubba's side with that. So then we'll find out. This will be one thing we'll certainly talk about. Oh, we got the Cowboys and Steelers game going. I have to admit, I haven't watched a lot of live football this year because I'm just used to watching the urinating tree reviews. I always enjoy those. Alrighty. How many kids did Mama and Papa Flock have to feed in the 30s? It's an interesting way to phrase this question. I'll read it again. How many kids did Mama and Papa Flock have to feed in the 30s? Also, 23 Dragon, yes, Timmy Hill won the last Car Cup Series title. Absolutely. How many kids did Mama and Papa Flock have to feed in the 30s? Alrighty. And I guess it's for 4, 7, 5, 6. There you go for lucky number 6. We'll see. The answer is 10. 10. I don't know if anybody got that. Did anybody get that? My goodness, 10 children. Different time, though. 10 in the 30s. You figure that's during the Depression. During the Depression and the Dust Bowl, they had 10 kids? Nope. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's what this says. It could be wrong. Poor Mama. Yeah, I agree. How many? Ooh, here we go. Have we had this one here? Okay, I think we might have had this question before, but I'll read it off anyway. How many of the 34 drivers named Smith have NASCAR Winston Cup wins through 1997? How many of the 34 drivers named Smith have NASCAR Winston Cup wins through 1997? How many out of 34? So 34 is the most. How many of the 34 drivers named Smith have NASCAR Winston Cup wins through 1997? That's the other critical component. So you're not going to count Regan Smith and his 2 Cup wins. All righty. How many of the 34 drivers named Smith have NASCAR Winston Cup wins through 1997? Got 19 and 3 and 2 and 4 and 9,000. What? 9,000? Okay. And the answer is 2. 2 wins. Okay. So I'm guessing, so I think Jack Smith's one of them. He drove the 47 way back when. What is the other one? What is the other one? I got to think about that. That's tricky. Did Luis? I don't think Luis Smith actually won any races, but yeah, that'd be a tricky one. Yeah, it says 2. Is there Jim Smith? Yeah. It's gonna be really obvious. Both on the same, yeah. Jim Smith, Joey, it could be something like that. Smith, yeah, there you go. Maybe you had 2 different Jack Smiths. Maybe it was something like so generic, like that'd make it tricky. Hiram Smith? I don't know. Let's see. I gotta look this one up. Drivers named Smith who won. Well, it's gonna bring up Zane Smith and Regan Smith. Okay, well that's not fair. Okay, Jack Smith. How about this? Cup Series race winners, and then we'll just use a search. We'll just use a search here. Not 2020. All-time Cup Series winners. Okay, here we go. We're going to find out. We are going to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Smith. Okay, it says 4. Okay, we've now had 4. So we got. Okay, it counts Paul Goldsmith. That doesn't count. Regan Smith. Unless it counts Paul Goldsmith, that shouldn't count. Paul Goldsmith, Jack Smith. That's the only one it's showing. So maybe 1's technically the right answer. Jack Smith, Paul Goldsmith, Regan Smith. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, Paul Gold. I mean, I guess technically that's true. Beast of Metal, thank you. Thank you again for the super chat. I'm a Smith, Agent Smith. Mr. Anderson, welcome back. Okay, there you go. Yeah, well, it's a trick question. I don't count that. Anybody who guessed one, you got it right. If you guessed two, I'll give that one to you too because yeah, apparently it counts Paul Goldsmith. I'm here. Here's the link I'm citing. I'm citing Wikipedia, and I know, but at least it's got the list here. But yeah, it's not showing anything more on that. So yeah, if anybody sees something different or if you find something else there, definitely let me know in the chat. Yeah, trick question. I'd have to agree. Oh, hang on. There we go. Make sure I didn't close the right window there. Alrighty. Next question. Who amassed 42,472 points in 1967, the most in NASCAR history? Who amassed 42,472 points in 1967, the most in NASCAR history? You want to talk about point systems that are too complicated? Let's talk about that one. Who amassed 42,472 points in 1967, the most in NASCAR history? The New York Jets, Fireball, Richard Petty. Thank you, Alan Nadu III, for your comment here on Twitter, mentioning the YouTube community. Many more. Keep being awesome. Keep doing what you do. Thank you very much. Absolutely. I appreciate especially mentioning both myself and NASCAR Man on there. I think NASCAR Man sometimes gets forgotten for his role because the videos, again, I can't overstate this, and I know I say it all the time, but it's not mere humility. It's a simple fact. He writes the videos that are on his channel, NASCAR Man History. Those are his scripts. He produces them. I'm just the one fortunate enough to read them. The ones that I write, those are on this channel right here. So he deserves every bit as much credit for adding some fascinating content, not just on NASCAR, but all other series there on YouTube. So fantastic for them. Alrighty. Who amassed 42,472 points? Of course, the answer is Richard Petty. It is indeed. Petty is the answer. All right. Ha! Here we go. How about this? Now, don't look this one up because this one will be probably easily verifiable if you Google this. How many times did the name Augie Pabst grace a NASCAR starting field? Augie Pabst. How many times did the name Augie Pabst grace a NASCAR starting field? And I'll show it on the screen here. It's A-U-G-I-E Pabst. P-A-B-S-T. Augie Pabst. So it's basically asking how many starts this guy had. Now, don't look it up. Don't look it up. Just guess. There's nothing wrong guessing. Nobody's losing points or anything like that. All right, I guess it's for 12, 1, 43, 2, 17, 5, 44. We got numbers all over the place. Good. How many times did the name Augie Pabst grace a NASCAR starting field? That's almost like a sarcastic sounding question there. Deep cut driver names. No kidding. I don't even know if he's finished last. I'd have to look. I'll look that up next after we get the answer here. I don't think he has. I don't think so. How many times did the name Augie Pabst grace a NASCAR starting field? The answer is 1. The answer is 1. One time. All right. Here we go. You know we're going to do it. We're going to have to do it. We're going to research this and find out more about our good friend Augie Pabst. And where he finished. Augie Pabst, born November 25th, 1933 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, had 1 Cup start and 3 starts in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Wow. Finished 7th, 4th, and 45th from 1960 to 1963. His only Cup start was at Riverside. And out of 41 cars, he finished 35th when his number 29 Ford fell out with clutch issues. A race won by Darrell Derringer, and last place finisher was Bruce Worrell. 1 start. Wow. Now that That is a question befitting a king. That is a very difficult one. Augie Pabst, how about that? My goodness. Yeah, you got it. Recall. You nailed it. There you go. I think were the only person who picked one. I'm sure somebody else picked one. No, yeah. TNS 1089. You were right on the button there. You got that one first. Absolutely. Yeah, Road Ringer before they were a thing. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, 3-time starter of the 24 hours of, is it Le Mans or is it Daytona? I think it's Le Mans. I mean, that far back, I guess it would have to be. Yeah, Le Mans. Yeah, 7th, 4th, and 45th. He was 4th with Briggs Cunningham in a Maserati in 1961. Wow. Wow. Good question. Good question, Thingy. You got some good ones here for this one. On New World? That video went nowhere. That was just stupid. I just felt like, that was really the point where I had to start making some decent content on the channel because it was like, okay, got to make something. Alrighty. And next question. What Alabama town did Tim Flock call home in the 30s? What Alabama town did Tim Flock call home in the 30s? Don't look it up, just guess it. What Alabama town did Tim Flock call home in the 30s? Alrighty, I guess it's for Talladega, Fort Payne, Mobile, Barber. DW's. Oh, thank you, Bob. I'm glad you enjoyed the DW's Victory Tour one. I was hoping that one would perform better than it has, but I really enjoyed doing that one. I felt the music fit really well. I know it was a little overzealous with the music at the end of it, but I really liked the way it matched kind of that Days of Thunder kind of tone that I think fit Darrell Waltrip's personality pretty well. Floydian 06, I'm glad you enjoyed the Johnny Benson, the Field Filler series. Yeah, the Benson videos really picked up in these last couple weeks here. I know that it had fewer hits because I reposted it because there were some audio issues with a couple clips, but I'm very pleased at how well that one's been doing. So that's good to see. I hope a lot of Benson fans have found it out. The answer, by the way, the question is Fort Payne, indeed. I think we did have that one before. Fort Payne is the correct answer. Maserati 9, you were first on the button there. I think. No, Doritos and Mountain Dew, you were ahead of them there. Doritos and Mountain Dew. There you go. Well, we have to take a swig if Doritos and Mountain Dew got that one right. I said I wasn't going to wait for a call, but do we have a call yet from inspection? I wouldn't anticipate it. Pakras. I don't know. I probably am going to take just a break this week and just kind of reset. I think that'll probably be something. Although we got Veterans Day this Wednesday, so that's cool. I mean, that'll probably be just as good a time as any. It's starting to rain over here too. I don't know if you. I mean, I think there was a pretty good cold front that was going over a lot of places. I know that certainly if you're in the Homestead area, I hope you're staying safe because I know that they had some pretty bad storms going through there. Certainly the case there too. Kez Johnson. Let's see. This is interesting. Pakras posted this just now, 32 seconds ago. Alan Gustafson indicated there were elements of the ECR Hendrick engine collaboration in the engine today, and that collaboration helped with the speed today. So hey, how about that? Teamwork wins. So that was an interesting one to do. All right. Oh, Stevens won. You were a big Johnny Benson fan. Right on. I think I saw your comment. I think did you have a comment on there? I appreciate that. Certainly. Recall, your birthday's coming up. Happy early birthday. Right on. Hope for the best for Corey LaJoy as well. So I know you read the LaJoy fan account there before. Daniel Knudsen, yours is early enough. I'm sure we might have a stream closer to your birthday there, Daniel. Right on. Let's see. Just got a little bit tight at Jimmy's restaurant. Yeah. No, thank you, Beast of Metal. Thanks for sharing the video there too. I probably should have posted this morning. I also had a clip. I know some of you probably saw it. It only had about 30 hits there, but I couldn't get. I'm still pretty inexperienced at posting videos on Twitter. There was an audio clip I had from 2014 when I asked Jimmy Johnson point blank about, well, maybe not point blank, but about the fact that he hadn't finished last in a Cup Series race, and he gave a very wonderful answer about like how determined his team is to get him back out there. Of course, especially in the era before the crash clock, and you couldn't really work on the car that much. I thought it was interesting. I'm probably going to repost that here in a bit. I was trying to get it. I just had a picture that was going to go with it, but the picture wasn't loading. So maybe I'll just load it without the picture, and that'll work. That makes more sense. Oh, I had a stream on your birthday, Daniel. Oh, right on. Well, happy belated one if I didn't mention that. When is the next Field Fillers episode? In the works. It's still, I don't know. Let's see, what day is it? November 8th? I'd like to get it up before the end of the month. That would be great. If it's going to stay one episode a month, I'm not sure, because some of them may be longer or shorter than others. This one's going to be, I mean, they're all going to be different, too. There's going to be some that are, I'm trying to shake it up in such a way that it's not a whole lot of long episodes, and then it ends with a bunch of shorter episodes. I'm trying to kind of shake it up a little bit. So we may get something different along the way, but I think the way that I have it set up so far on the episode list should be pretty good. But again, those of you that are in the $5 level, man, so many birthdays here. Ian Miller, happy belated birthday to you as well. There you go. What would the next episode be about? It's actually indicated at the end of episode 2. You can see the team shown there at the end of it. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't found out yet. But if you're in the Patreon, you'll absolutely know. That'll be it here. Okay. Here we go. This is a good one. This might be. I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to preface it much more. What nickname did 50s driver Ignatius Katona go by? What nickname did 50s driver Ignatius Katona go by? I'm getting tongue twisted here again. What nickname did 50s driver Ignatius Katona go by? Dangerous. Not quite. Whomst Talladega Superspeedway? What nickname did 50s driver Ignatius Katona go by? His full name isn't 50s driver Ignatius Katona. It's just Ignatius Katona. A lot of you, looks like you got it already. The answer indeed is Iggy. 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 There you go. Kermit, that would be fun. There you go. Surreal Cereal, thank you so much for your support. Absolutely. More content on the way. I'm always trying to get it better. I'm glad this off-season's happening when it did. I'm glad I started the series before the off-season. I think it's really going to allow more creativity with getting that set up. Alrighty. Let's see. No, I think I've seen some of these that we've had before. I definitely recognize. Yeah, no, not that one. Okay, here we go. How many Cup races had Terry Labonte won in his home state of Texas through 1997? How many Cup races had Terry Labonte won in his home state of Texas through 1997? Bigger Ben, I'm glad you like the hat. If you want one, I actually do sell them. So, and I even can customize this part down here if you want something other than my Twitter handle there on the front of it. Drop me a DM or an email if you're interested, and I'll give you the details. How many Cup races had Terry? Actually, that applies to everybody if you're interested. I don't know if anybody wants one for the holidays, but there's that. How many Cup races had Terry Labonte won in his home state of Texas through 1997? Getting a lot of footage or a lot of articles. Adcock seems to be one of those subjects that would kind of be like that. Alrighty, how many Cup races had Terry Labonte won in his home state of Texas through 1997? The answer is 0. 0 through 97. He hadn't yet. He won the Texas Motor Speedway later, but I think that was 99. 0 is the correct answer. Oh, buffered for you? We have had internet issues on this side, and I know it's probably the same reason that my radio cut out. I appreciate the people setting me straight on the issue with Bolicki's radio at the beginning. I was getting it kind of cutting in and out. I heard 7 from the team, so I thought it was Smithley, but then the audio just wasn't working. So you're just buffered. You can hit the refresh on that if you're having issues on that. Looks like I'm not getting any signal issues. We'll probably wrap up here on the show here in just a little bit. It's getting close to the top of the hour, and I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time here. 0 was indeed the correct answer. Buffering again. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let me do another question here to test this. Alrighty. Who had weasels loose in his car in a 1998 ESPN ride-along television ad? Who had weasels loose in his car in a 1998 ESPN ride-along television ad? Weasels. Yeah, weasels. Weasels. Man, you gotta enunciate these questions here. It's very, yeah, it probably doesn't sound good on this microphone. Definitely got to get batteries over this offseason. Who had weasels loose in his car in a 1998 ESPN ride-along television ad? That is the next question. Weasels. Wee! There you go. Chase Elliott, Rusty Wallace, the Big E, Darrell Waltrip, Lake Speed. Yeah, weasels. Yeah. Sounds like that commercial is getting a little dangerous. Elliott, the answer, wow, okay. I don't know why they did this to him, but Terry Labonte is the correct answer. Another Texas T question, Terry Labonte. Yeah, it sounds like a Rusty put in there for Earnhardt. That's a good point. That's a good answer. But apparently in this one, yeah. Bob, have NASCAR team jumpsuits to be for sale. Wouldn't that be rad? I would wear, I mean, I would at least love to do like a tweed jacket like this with a big logo on it and just wear that to the races and stuff, like especially the ones on the East Coast when it gets cold. That would be awesome. So like, because I could do something, what I like with my logos, it's simple enough that it has like that stripe, and so I can like feature that in different ways. I'm still kind of thinking about different ways with like the studio. Once we finish the move, we're still in the middle of that at the moment here, but we'll be in this area for these future shows here. But something like that would be pretty rad. All right, Steve Deswan, thanks for catching up here in the show. But yeah, we're going to keep doing shows here over the off season here. But thank you for stopping by. Do a full up NASCAR fire suit so you can report from the pits. There we go. That would be rad. I probably the problem is, I probably look like Matt Yoakum or something wearing it, where it's just like remember when Kevin Harvick always made fun of Yoakum wearing the TNT uniform called Power Ranger Matt, and he had like a big gut on him. I mean, that was hilarious. Just look it up on YouTube. I'm sure the clip's on here, but that was always hilarious. I thought that was fun. Yeah, that would rock. I would totally wear that. I absolutely would. I think for that I would need to get. Did I say tweed? I meant twill. I said tweed jacket. No, not a tweed jacket. Okay, no, I misspoke. It's been a long season, folks. I think I've used that excuse too much, but yeah, tweed jacket, twill jacket. Yeah, like this. Like okay, not tweed. I have a jacket like that. I actually have a really good jacket. I have like great like reporters like Kermit the Frog reporting jacket that's like really nice. Like I would wear the heck out of that. I mean, one of these ones, maybe I should get some really cold weather. Like I would absolutely wear that. Yeah, tweed jacket with elbow pads and NASCAR logo. Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. If we could do something like a Howard Cosell kind of throwback, like something like that, something very, very professional. I clean up pretty nicely. I try to. I don't mean to brag. I like to do so, but like that's maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a formal show or something. Maybe like maybe if I did like a championship banquet thing or something like that would be that'd be sick, dude. I didn't even think about this till just now. Like these certificates, it would be amazing to present those like at the championship banquet. I mean, it probably wouldn't go very well, and the drivers probably wouldn't even be there. But I don't know. That would be something pretty rad. That would be sick. I'm pointing off screen because that's where I have them set. I'll probably show it on the camera here, but that would be pretty nuts. Alrighty. Yeah, tweed jacket. That'd be good. All right, here we go. Not that one. Here we go. Here we go. Here's a good question. Who sang "You Picked a Fine Time to Leave Me Loose Wheel" when Pearson lost 2 tires? Let me read that one again. Who sang "You Picked a Fine Time to Leave Me Loose Wheel" when Pearson lost 2 tires? Pearson. Yeah, it sounds like that. Sounds like DW, but think about that. When Pearson lost 2 tires. Who's saying "You picked a fine time to leave me loose wheel" when Pearson lost 2 tires? Yeah, tricky one. Tricky question. See, DW, yeah, that song reminds you of DW because, of course, he did that in the later years during his broadcasting career. But if we're talking Pearson, we're probably talking about that particular instance that caused him to leave the Wood Brothers in the 70s. So are we talking about now the other way you could phrase it is this something that happened during the broadcast? So is it a broadcaster? Is it a radio reporter? Is it a TV reporter? Is it wide world of sports, like syndication or whatever? Or is it another driver out there? Is it over team communications? This is a very different time. It seems like it'd be hard to track something like that. Or is it figuratively? Is it like literally another competitor, like this person passed the person to win? Although that's awfully on the nose to actually quote the same song that Darrell Waltrip did. So tricky questions. The yellow blazer with the NASCAR logo on the left breast with plaid slacks for Darlington. I would love to do that. I need to do that. I know Ryan McGee did that already with this. He did the ABC Wide World of Sports thing. That was awesome. McGee's good people. He knows how to dress up for an occasion. He's just a good guy too. I've had the good fortune to talk with him a couple times. And obviously him doing his bottom 10 thing with college football is fantastic. And I know that he enjoys the bottom 5 that we do over at NASCAR. So there's that. Was it Pearson himself? Yeah, well, let's see. Who's saying "You picked a fine time to leave me loose wheel" when Pearson lost 2 tires? The answer is Darrell Waltrip. Well, I'll be danged. That has its origins back then. Now that is the king of trick questions. I didn't think that went that far back. I thought that was just something spontaneous that he did later in his career. I had no idea that it went back to the 70s. Now I'm assuming, now again, I still have to ask, is that literally what he did? Or was he just somebody that passed him for the lead when that happened and it's just like, it's trying to be funny in the question? But that's awfully coincidental, don't you think? It's still Darrell Waltrip. It's still Darrell Waltrip. That's hard. That's wow. Now I have something to ask Darrell if I see him at a track now. It's like, hey, I heard something. I heard something from this little digital thingy here when we did our Homestead show or Phoenix show. It said that you came up with that whole. You started singing that song when Pearson lost those tires. Wow. Alrighty. Oh, okay, we had that question already. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of questions I recognize already. Remember the one where Lee Petty picked the number 42 because he saw it on the license plate? That one came up again. The one where Cuckoo Marlin, who gave him his nickname, that it was himself. It was like the really hard ones here. Let's see. Ooh, here we go. Next one. What driver's car is hyped in ads as being hot and fast? What driver's car is hyped in ads as, quote, being hot and fast? Or being, quote, hot and fast. Just hot and fast is the question, is the statement. Tweed jackets at Homestead. Yeah, right on. What driver's car is hyped in ads as being, quote, hot and fast? Hot and fast. What if it's Larry Pearson? Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. Dana Mon, you got the right idea. What if it's Larry Pearson? Did Larry Pearson lose 2 times? I mean, I think if we're talking that incident is so notorious with David Pearson, the fact that it ultimately led to him leaving the team. I mean, I think the Scene Vault did a deep dive on that with Steve Wade. You know, that would be a different one. All right, we got guesses for Kyle Petty, Ricky Bobby, Todd Bodine, the Tabasco car. Oh, there we go. Martin's Viagra car, Elliott's, McDonald's car. These are all good candidates. Yeah, hot and fast could be the pit crew. And I remember they did the whole drive-through pit crew thing for Elliott when he ran this car here. So you had that. All right, the answer, hot and fast. Whose car was that? The answer is Bill Elliott. It is a Bill Elliott question. I like the one that suggested the Bob Hampshire team with Todd Bodine. That was a very good answer. I hadn't even thought of that. That's really good. It seemed like Bodine, the Tabasco fiasco, because this was made around that time. It could have very easily been that. Yeah, McDonald's car is what they went with. Yeah, Little Caesar's car. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the Man 7, same thing. Yeah, it could have been John Andretti's car. Ah, well, here we go. Here's a good one. How many starting positions out of the 43-car field are provisional spots? Now, remember when this was made. I'm talking late 90s here. How many starting positions out of the 43-car field are provisional spots? Those of you who have seen my series, you know, this is something actually gets discussed in there, actually in episode 2. Very confusingly, but it is in there. How many starting positions out of the 43-car field are provisional spots? Then Hackett, thank you. Glad you like the jacket. Have to bring it. I bring this out every time for championship weekend. You know, actually, maybe I shouldn't say that. Did I wear this last year? I hope I did. I should have. I also got the Jimmy shirt. I also have that horrendous Jimmy shirt. It's right here. And the other one is right off screen, waiting for Pockris to give the call so that I can block it up. I will retweet that when we get there. There was a body issue in tech prior to the race on Chase Elliott's car. And Chase is just now talking about it. At least posted on there. Maybe a bit later on that. How many starting positions out of the 43-car field are provisional spots? The answer is 7. It's going with 7. It's going with the pre-2004 rule, it looks like. I think in the video I said that it was 5 in 2004. You had fewer spots, but it was like, I don't know, more opportunities. Or maybe it was more. I got to look up my script again. Maybe it went the other way. It went 5 back up to 7. I thought it was 5. Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, let's close that tab. Augie Paps. That was the other story tonight. Having the time to cover that one. Alrighty. Yes, 7 is indeed the correct answer. Here we go. Who had such a good year in 1997 that he was dubbed the $6 Million Man? Okay. Who had such a good year in 1997 that he was dubbed the $6 Million Man? Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. What are we talking? Are we doing Pokemon chat here? Is this Pokemon chat? Jeff Gordon. Do you remember which company was it that did the $6 Million Man thing? Like, I know it's they had the guy, they had I guess it was Lee Majors or whatever in there, and he said, like, do you have your own sound effects? And he was like, do the little do sound when he was drinking coffee. Nobody in this chat probably understands what I'm getting at, but it was like some ad in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and it was like Visa or something. And it was just the stupidest thing, but it was hilarious. It made me laugh every time because it's just the dumbest thing. Oh, anyone else here have lag? Uh-oh, are we losing reception again? I'm not seeing it on here. Still shows connection on my side. All right, we got guesses for Jeff Gordon. Indeed, the answer is Jeff Gordon. Absolutely. You guys got it. Ted Musgrave would be a great answer. Yeah, okay, RD Fox. Okay, good. Somebody else remembers it, so thank you. I don't know. It's probably on YouTube also, but I don't know where it was. Let me see. Yeah. Sound effects. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it, but it's in there somewhere. It's just the dumbest thing. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. What driver was awarded the U.S. Civilian Medal of Freedom in 1992? What driver was awarded the U.S. Civilian Medal of Freedom in 1992? Oh, also I want to give a shout out also to Bernard Pollard on Twitter. I know he's been very eager to know about sports this year and about NASCAR this year rather. And he apparently somebody brought up I think brought up one of my videos there, and I asked him, like, yeah, man, I'd love to hear what you think of it there. And he got back to me, so I really appreciate it. I thought that was cool. It's been good seeing him get a lot of exposure on TV, and especially I think Bernard kind of symbolizes a bit of this kind of interesting new people that have been kind of watching the sport even at a time where it was the only sport that was coming back. And that part of the fan base, I hope, still stays in the sport because they seem really eager to learn about it and interested in how it works and stuff. Aren't so much focused on other aspects of it there, but they really are like excited to learn more about it. So I hope that he enjoys it. So that'd be good. Alrighty. What driver was awarded the U.S. Civilian Medal of Freedom in 1992? And the answer is indeed Richard Petty. Petty, that's correct. No run on NASCAR. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. Alrighty. Okay, no, that one's too easy. Okay, here we go. Last question. We're gonna do one more question here and wrap it up here. Oh wow, we're already up to about 43 minutes on the second stream. Thank you so much for those of you tuning in. I know it's been a long haul tonight, but it is the championship round here, and I wanted to make sure you got the most entertainment out of the evening here for you. We got one more question for tonight. Here it is. What NFL team helmet was Dale Jarrett wearing when he won the 1993 Daytona 500? What NFL team helmet was Dale Jarrett wearing when he won the 1993 Daytona 500? All righty. What NFL team helmet was Dale Jarrett wearing when he won the 1993 Daytona 500? See the comments from the Deadskins. There you go. Cowboys, Dolphins. See, this is a tricky one. This one's actually a little more tricky. Hey there, HB. Welcome aboard. I'm sorry you came in later in the show, but we do other shows here too. So maybe towards the end of this one, but we're going to do some other ones here over the off season and get some more fun times for you guys here in the meantime. What NFL team helmet was Dale Jarrett wearing when he won the 1993 Daytona 500? We got guesses all over the place. Good. Cowboys, Lions, Dolphins. And the answer is Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys. How about that? He gets Joe Gibbs' first win with the team's arch nemesis as the helmet. And that was the thing. There was an NFL partnership with that team. So he was wearing different helmets from different teams. It wasn't always going to be the Redskins because, of course, the tie with Joe Gibbs. But it was literally the Cowboys. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have guessed that either. I was starting to lean towards something even weirder there. How about them Cowboys? Well, how about them? Boy, how about them Cowboys? They're about in NASCAR territory right now. They're having more like last ball or something. But there you go. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I know I said this already in the last stream here, but really do appreciate everybody's support this year. I hope you've enjoyed following the action this year. I know it started on a kind of rough things with Ryan Newman's accident earlier this year. Unfortunately, that didn't turn out more serious than it was. We kind of changed course here this year, kind of focused on just making the show more open-ended, not necessarily waiting for disqualification results and doing these post-race streams. We've seen a lot this year, A lot of craziness between sim races. We had that break for the pandemic. Then we had almost too many races at some point. We're talking about 5 or 6 races in one weekend and covering the action here. It's been fun bringing it to you guys and sharing the thoughts here with you at the end of each of these races. Certainly hope to do more trackside coverage. We're looking again at Fontana in February. And I'm sure with like the rest of you looking to kind of get a fresh start next year and, hopefully getting back to some semblance of normalcy, I suppose, getting back to the races. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's been a great season, been a tumultuous season, been a little bit of everything. Just thinking about it now, I'm just remembering other things that happened a while back, like Brad Keselowski ending his being the last driver with triple-digit streaks without last place finishes, and that ending in Michigan. The last place stories by itself are pretty wild. Ryan Preece trying to get 4 in a row was pretty crazy back earlier this summer. And so many things, and a lot of rough times, but a lot of good times as well. And I think that was really captured in what we saw today in Phoenix. Now we're going to do other shows later on. Don't have a specific scheduled time. Maybe next Sunday, maybe midweek or something like that. Just stay tuned right here to this channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more updates, not only on other live streams here, but other videos that I'll be producing on this channel. The article for Quinn Half's last place finish, I don't think it's been called yet, but I guess we'll find out here in a little bit, or whoever the last place finisher is going to be. That'll be posted later tonight on the NASCAR.info. And for more updates, check out my Twitter feed at LascarOnBrock. In the meantime, I hope you all hope you all stay safe out there, having a good time, doing the best you can under the circumstances here, whether you're dealing with one thing or another. This year has had no shortage of obstacles and difficulties. Also, condolences to the family of Alex Trebek. My goodness, another great legend has left us, but he dealt with that phase with his life with tremendous beauty, quite honestly. For lack of a particular term, he just absolute class act from beginning to end. So, big thanks to everyone for your support and everything, and certainly hope for better days moving forward, whatever that is. And we're going to certainly be bringing that here on these live streams. So have a good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in.